After a restful flight, we grabbed our rental car, we drove through a little bit of Austria, and now we are in Ulm, Germany, ULM, which is home to Albert Einstein. This is his birthplace. And it also has the tallest church in the world at 530 feet tall. The Münster in Ulm is only 20 feet shorter than the Washington Monument.
Here we are in the beautiful city of Ulm, Germany. And the highlight for us, in addition to the beautiful city hall and the München, is discovering some new food. It's called Krustschinken. It is the crustiest, chewiest ham we've ever had. Crunchy ham. Yeah. And it's not often that we've had the opportunity to find a new food we've never had before, and I'm obsessed.
We thought coming to Germany in May would be really beautiful with just warm weather and just fun everywhere. It's pretty empty and it's also really cold. Guten Appetit und zum Wohl.
All throughout Germany, here in the spring, you'll see these massive fields of beautiful solid yellow. These are rapeseed flowers. This is how it's in the canola oil family. And tangent, did you know canola oil actually means Canada oil? And it's a very similar type of flower that blooms here in the spring for about a week or two, and then once it dries up, the farmers will harvest all of these fields, crush it down, and they use it for everything from the car lubricant oil to making butter.
And here it is. Rothenberg, which is known for its medieval charm, and here we are just lucky enough on their medieval spring festival. Our last stop for today is Rothenberg, which is a medieval city that has that true Bavarian charm. I mean, you see it in the brochures and you just want to be there in person. I've been to Bavaria before, but I'm so excited to show it to Louis, and particularly Rothenberg is a great place to start that. There's a medieval fortress that's about a mile long around the city, and we're going to walk around there at night.
As a fortress city, the Rothenberg residents had to always be ready for a siege because it happened a lot here. Every home was required to have 1 year worth of grain stored in their attic. That's why the houses are designed in that traditional Bavarian feel. And they had these huge water tubs all throughout the city. What do you think they stored in here? Fish. They'd bring the fish in and always keep a year worth supply of fish scattered all throughout the city so that they could have fresh fish. In 1631, during the 30-Year War, the then Protestant city was captured by an invading Catholic group. And as they're getting ready to rape and pillage throughout the city, the mayor approached the general and offered him a large vat of wine. And the general was so thankful for the gift. He said, "You know what, Mayor? If you're able to drink this entire 3-liter vat of wine in one sitting, we will save the city and let it be." And the legend goes, the mayor sat down and in one large gulp drank the entire vat, saving the city. And that is the festival that they're preparing to celebrate later this month, and that we got to partake in this evening with a really nice dinner and music.
Well, it really can't get any more charming than this here in Rothenberg. Okay, well maybe Louis can use a couple more inches. If you like pie crust, then you would like these snowballs in Rothenberg, Germany. Maybe they're in other places too, but it's basically pie crust put together, and it's literally only pie crust with some filling on the inside. It's very heavy and it's good with tea.
The Europeans either do a lot of celebrations in May, or we just get really lucky when we're traveling, because we just randomly pass another annual festival here in Würzburg where they're celebrating the European Union.
Europe is just so great, from a thriving marketplace, rich culture, May Day festivals, beautiful churches. We just love it here.
And a vegan protest.
Here we are in the Residence Palace in Wartzburg, and what makes this palace so awesome is the fresco above us. This is the largest fresco in the world, and it took 13 months to paint, showing the 4 continents all coming together to celebrate the greatness of Germany.
This is the mirror parlor room in the Würzburg residence. It's the most opulent room here in residence. It was actually bombed during World War II, but it was brought back to its original state, and it's beautiful.
During the bombings, the entire 90% of downtown actually got burnt from the fire that was created after the bombings, and the city did a meticulous job renovating to its original beauty. Even these gardens are spectacular, with 18th century juniper trees carved to perfection. Tonight we're eating fresh fish from the main river on a boat overlooking the Schloss. Prost! It's a picture-perfect day here in Wartzburg, and everywhere we've gone, we've seen people just packed on the bridge and all along this beautiful river drinking glasses of wine. and we just happened to pop into Edeka, the grocery store here in Germany, and we found the exact same wine, but $6, the exact same price that they're charging for one glass of wine. And we're trying really hard not to be cheap anymore, but why drink one glass when you can get a whole bottle?
It's a Saturday night here in Rothenberg, and the whole town is enjoying the beautiful time here with the sunny weather on the old bridge, drinking wine. We are in the city of Bamberg, Germany, which is known for the old courthouse, which sits just above the river over the bridge. We are at the new residence in Bamberg, Germany, particularly in the Imperial Hall, where the Prince Bishop would host a lot of gatherings for locals here, and it's one of the most beautiful places here in Bamberg.
We are at Seehof Castle, which was the summer residence of the Prince Bishop of Bamberg. It was beautiful hunting grounds that he would bring his whole delegation out for a summer frolicking in the fields, just like Downton Abbey.
I'm a huge fan of Weiße Spargel, which means white asparagus, which is only available in Germany, locally at least, in the spring for a small season. And there's just places all over this area of Bavaria are just popping with signs on chalkboard saying Weiße Spargel season, Weiße Spargel season. So I'm just so excited to have so much of this.
Our last stop here on the north side of Bavaria is the beautiful city of Beirut.
Every region of Bavaria has a different type of bratwurst. Today we're trying the Beirut bratwurst since we're in Beirut. I wish I knew more German to understand the meticulous detail in which you told me the difference between all the different bratwursts, but you know, in the end of the day, it's delicious. And so is their dessert. We are in the Beirut Opera House. At the time, it was one of the largest opera houses in the world, and to this day, it still stuns all visitors, including ourselves, with just the beauty and the detail.
The Opera House features one of the largest stages in the world, and it's recreating the very first opera that got put on here back in the 1730s.
And the ceiling is all fabric.
In the United States, our favorite travel deal is the museum passes, giving us access to museums through ASTC, AHS, NARM, and Rome. Here in Germany, they have the Schloss card. For €80, you get access to more than 50 incredible castles and museums and mansions that you can explore with your whole family for really cheap. It is by far the best way to travel Europe, seeing all the attractions without spending a lot of money.
This is the Neuschwanstein, the new palace in Beirut. So the card that we purchased is for Bavaria, which is the southeastern portion of Germany, but there's a lot of regions in Bavaria. For example, these are just examples of the castles that are part of the card just in the northern region called Franconia. So we have to make a whole separate trip, hopefully in the fall, where we get to do the southwestern part, the south part of Germany, Bavaria area.
This is the Hermitage of Beirut, where the royalties of Beirut would come out here to this massive, beautiful garden and their play religious hermitage, where the royalty was the head of the order, and then their entire court and everyone would sleep and live a monastic lifestyle with the royalty as the head.
The Hermitage Palace is somewhere we wouldn't have thought to go to. Frankly, it doesn't really have that many reviews on Google, but we've been here for maybe 4 hours now just wandering, and we still haven't seen everything. They have a water show every hour, both the upper grotto and the lower grotto here.
How amazing is this? Imagine seeing all this water without power of electricity. Seeing this back in the 1700s, this would have been mind-blowing.
There's got to be an easier way to clean these gutters.
We are here in Nuremberg.
Turning this wheel 3 times means you have good luck for 1 year.
One of the specialties in Nuremberg is Nuremberg bratwurst. They're smaller links of bratwurst, and we've only been here for less than 24 hours, and we've already eaten 22 of these bratwurst.
This is Zeppelin Field, the site of the Labour Party's large military parades. Hitler would stand right here on the trellis beneath us, and more than 400,000 party members and visitors would sit in the stand watching.
This is the Bratwursthäusle. I remember coming here maybe 12 years ago, and then another 11 years ago, and then 10 years ago, and I'm so glad I get to come back because it's the best place to get bratwurst in Nuremberg. It has the traditional Nuremberg style bratwurst on an open flame, and it tastes so good.
For Hogwarts!
We're here at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington. Oh wait, sorry, no. We are here at the Parthenon and we are in Germany. We are at Valhalla.
Valhalla is a monument to Germans who made significant contributions to society, and it's actually not the state who adds new busts to the walls, but it's actually the citizens who vote on who they should commemorate.
We're at one of our last stops in Regensburg, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site for their wonderful conservation of what used to be a very medieval city. So they're able to continue that. And right behind us is the oldest bratwurst house in Germany.
Happy Feast of the Ascension. We are here in Regensburg for yet another spring festival here on Ascension Day. After 5 days of visiting spectacular castles and palaces throughout Bavaria, we needed a break to rest our eyes and head, so we headed out to the countryside to visit some quaint castles overlooking the rolling hills of Bavaria.
This is called Prun Castle. We're in the city of Ingolstadt, and we are at the Audi Museum where they actually do factory tours, but sadly the factory tours fill up about 3 weeks in advance, so we're not going to be able to go and show you the Audi factory tour today, but we're still able to see the rest of the complex here, and it's huge. The Liberation Hall, or the Befreiungshalle, is on a hill by a small town, and this was built under King Ludwig I's direction as a commemoration of the liberation of Germany from Napoleon. It signifies unity among the Germans for fighting for their freedom. If the inside isn't impressive enough, the outside is also quite beautiful, and with your ticket you can walk all the way up to the top and see the view of the village. We are at the Weltenberger Cloister, which sits on a peninsula by the Danube River. The cloister was established in 620, so it's very old, but actually more importantly, their brewery is the oldest brewery in the world, being established in year 1050. So we do appreciate all the monks' prayers, but the best thing we appreciate is their award-winning beer. So when we left Liberation Hall, we were driving on our way to Regensburg, and we happened to drive through a small little town called Kelheim and learned that they have a fish festival, and it's kicking off today with a parade. Let's go see what it looks like. The parade has begun, and it starts with a princess being towed on a tractor.
So the parade goes from City Hall, and the whole town parades down to the beer garden. And Emily.
Want to know where to find good food in Germany? Just follow the Lederhosen. This is a week-long festival of the Ascension, and they're going to bring in the festival with fish today.
Beer hall that will last all night with dirndls and lederhosen galore. It was an honor to be invited to this small town's fish market for great fish and great beer. And we were definitely the only tourists here, as we were the only ones with only half a liter of beer. Prost! Here we are at Ansbach Residence, another castle of the Hohenzollern.
Hohenzollern.
Hohenzollern. And behind us we have the Frühlingsfest, the spring fest.
Frühlingsfest.
So we're enjoying the nice views, then we're gonna party.
We are just west of Nuremberg at the Karlsburg Castle. This was one of the first of many homes of the Hohenzollern family, which later became the rulers of the Prussian-German Empire, and we are now seeing the banquet hall.
We happened to drive by a beer factory, so decided to check it out.
I thought coming in mid-May we might be missing Frühlingsfest, but luckily we were able to come to one. So, hope Louie's hungry. Welcome to the Schlossheim Castle, which is right outside of Munich. We really appreciated the Bavarian Castle Pass. It's been about 7 days since we've just done Castle Pass. We're getting a little castled out, but this is an amazing refresher because this room is just so decadent with it.
We're at the Schlossheim Palace, which is actually not just the one palace. And it's not just the two palaces. There's a third behind this palace for a total of 3 with amazing views in the gardens that just look like it goes on for eternity.
And our last stop for the night is Schloss Dachau. It's been a lot of castles and palaces. Welcome to Schloss Nuremberg, the summer residence of King Ludwig I.
We're just outside Munich, viewing Schloss Nuremberg. Unfortunately, the main castle of Schloss Nuremberg is closed due to a huge event happening tomorrow, but luckily we're able to see all the little side palaces today. They did some renovations, and we think they probably could have put the sprinkler in a better place.
Welcome to Beirut.
We're in the heart of Bavaria. Welcome to Munich. So we're pretty sure that Christi Himmelfahrt, the Ascension Festival, is happening all weekend because this place is just crazy.
Decided to check out a cinnamon roll shop because the line was out the door.
We are here in the heart of Munich at the Glockenspiel, which is a clock that plays 3 times a day, and it depicts a royal wedding, a jousting tournament, and an authentic dance that uses 43 bells.
In the Frauenkirche, there's a monument to King Ludwig II, who was the Holy Roman Emperor. We're here in the Residence Palace in Munich, which was the home to many Bavarian rulers starting in the 1500s. And all of this was possible with the Bayerische Schlüsselverwaltung Pass, or the Bavarian Castle Pass.
These are just some of the 130 rooms that we toured in the Munich residence, in addition to going into the residence vaults, in which you can see a lot of the German crown jewels.
The residence palace was completely destroyed during World War II, but they've done a great job of restoring over 130 rooms of somewhat Rococo style. We're pretty darn tired from all the castles, so we're enjoying the nice gardens.
We're at the famous Hofbrauhaus in Munich, which is known for serving 10,000 steins, or the masses of beer, every day. Now, we saw a lot of Germany this trip and in other trips as well, and we're very thankful for being able to see some of the festivals in the local towns where we're the only English speakers, the only ones with their phones out. This place is just covered in Americans and Asian tourists, and it's a fake way of seeing Germany. If you're here for just a quick layover, yes, go to the Hofbrauhaus, but if you have time in Germany, get out of the city and see those little towns, because that is what Germany is all about. Neuschwanstein Castle, or King Ludwig II Castle in Fussen, Germany, is arguably one of my favorite places in the world, particularly when you hike about a mile after the Marian Bridge to see the views without the tourists around. It's super peaceful and tranquil. You get the mountains on one side, the countryside on the other, the lake in the background with the beautiful castle. It's the best place to have a little sandwich and just enjoy the day. The area around Neuschwanstein offers sweeping views of lakes, countrysides, and beautiful mountains.
This is a great spot to tell you about the quintessential blue and white Bavarian flag. The flag colors represent the beautiful blue skies over the snowy white caps here in southern Bavaria.
The Hohenschwangau Castle is also nearby, where King Ludwig grew up.
Unfortunately, with the Pentecost weekend, we weren't able to get tickets to go inside Neuschwanstein with our free Schloss pass, but we were able to still spend a whole day hiking up in the mountains, enjoying the beautiful view, and it's been a great trip. We easily got a couple $100 worth of value out of our $85 Schloss pass, and it's good for a whole year, so we look forward to hopefully coming back in the fall or early next spring to do Neuschwanstein and all the castles here on southern Bavaria. Until next time,
Auf Wiedersehen!